Ellen DeGeneres was daytime TV's queen of nice. She danced, she talked to cute kids, and surprise, she's a huge
Did Ellen DeGeneres hide behind her famous dancing and smiles while harboring a darker secret? Ellen DeGeneres is one of the most popular and beloved talk show hosts in the world. But in recent years, she's been accused of being mean, cruel, and even toxic to her staff and guests. A number of celebrities have come forward to warn us about Ellen DeGeneres, but their warnings have largely been ignored. Join us as we delve into the top 10 celebrities who may have tried to warn us about the queen of daytime TV. Could these subtle hints and cryptic messages reveal a side of Ellen we never saw coming? Stay tuned for a surprising journey through the world of celebrity whispers and cautionary tales. Our journey begins with the 10th entry on our list, none other than the iconic Mariah Carey. While their friendship has endured for years, there was a moment when Ellen's humor seemed to cross a line. The age-old debate surrounding comedians lingers. Are their jokes genuinely funny, or do they veer into the realm of cruelty? In this instance, Mariah leaned towards the latter. During an interview on Ellen's show, she made an attempt to discuss the swirling rumors of Mariah's possible pregnancy. Mariah immediately deflected, stating she didn't want to broach that topic. However, Ellen didn't let it rest and presented 2 glasses of champagne, urging Mariah to drink as a way to disprove the pregnancy speculations. Mariah hesitated, and this hesitation might be attributed to her being in the early stages of pregnancy at the time. During the initial trimester, many women opt to keep such news under wraps due to the heightened risk of miscarriage. Tragically, Mariah did suffer a miscarriage, but she only revealed this heartbreaking news later on. Now, at the 9th spot, we have Dakota Johnson. In 2019, the actress set the internet abuzz with her appearance on The Ellen Show. The source of this digital uproar? A long-standing debate between the two concerning Ellen's presence at Dakota's birthday parties. In 2018, Dakota openly confessed that she hadn't extended an invitation to Ellen, assuming she wouldn't be interested. However, in 2019, Dakota decided to invite her to the celebration, only to be met with Ellen's absence and zero explanation. When Dakota confronted Ellen during her show, Ellen claimed she hadn't been invited to the birthday party once again. The on-screen tension was undeniably cringeworthy, to say the least. Dakota firmly asserted that this was not accurate and asked Ellen to verify with her producer Jonathan live on air. Ellen's producer then confirmed that she was indeed invited but hadn't attended. Dakota wasn't about to let Ellen off the hook this time and made it clear that she wanted everyone to know she had been invited. The whole exchange was incredibly awkward, and it's almost tempting to wish they'd edited it out of the interview. Taking the 8th position is Mark Ruffalo. Now, you might be wondering what exactly led to the feud between Mark and Ellen. It does seem quite random, I won't deny that. So here's the scoop. Remember when the world went into a frenzy because Ellen was seen sitting with George Bush at a Dallas Cowboys game? It created quite a stir and garnered a lot of backlash. Ellen addressed this on her show in one of her classic monologues, emphasizing her friendships with people who hold different beliefs, as she often does. She advocated for kindness and her choice to be kind to everyone. But Mark Ruffalo didn't quite see eye to eye with her on this one, and he didn't hold back his feelings. In a tweet, he expressed, "Sorry, until George W. Bush is brought to justice for the crimes of the Iraq War, including American-led torture, Iraqi deaths and displacement, and the deep scars, emotional and otherwise, inflicted on our military that served his folly, we can't even begin to talk about kindness." Clearly, Mark had a different perspective on Ellen's choice of friends. At the 7th spot, we have Kelly Ripa. She was part of the beloved morning show duo alongside Michael Strahan, co-hosting Live with Kelly and Michael from 2012 to 2016. However, things took a sudden turn when Michael announced his departure to join ABC's Good Morning America, leading to a strained relationship between him and Kelly. While most hosts chose to remain neutral in this conflict, Ellen made the decision to invite Michael on her show, which left Kelly feeling hurt. Sources reported that Kelly was furious, expressing that Ellen's gesture of cozying up to Michael was akin to publicly taking his side and taunting Kelly. Opinions on the situation varied, with some believing that Ellen's choice was unintentional, while others suspected that she foresaw the potential outcome. Now at number 6, we have Kathy Griffin. This duo has been entangled in drama for a while, and it all boils down to whose side of the story you choose to believe. In 2016, Kathy Griffin released her tell-all book, Kathy Griffin Celebrity Run-Ins, My A to Z Index, where she spilled the beans on over 100 celebrities, including Ellen. In the book, she mentioned an incident at the Emmy Awards where she believed Ellen had her removed from a backstage dressing room. Kathy wrote, "I'm almost positive a certain beloved daytime talk show host once had me kicked out of a backstage dressing room at the Emmy Awards. I can't prove it, but this person who has short blonde hair has a mean streak that all of Hollywood knows about." However, Ellen countered by calling Kathy the one with a mean streak and debunked rumors of banning her from the show with a sassy remark, "I didn't ban her from the show because first, you have to be on the show to be banned." Shots fired indeed. If you're enjoying it so far, hit the subscribe button. Now let's continue. Coming in at number 5, we have Caitlyn Jenner. In 2015, Caitlyn appeared on Ellen's show and seemingly made a surprising confession. During the interview, Ellen asked her about her stance on same-sex marriage, and Caitlyn revealed that there was a time when she didn't support it. Ellen immediately pushed back, making it appear as if Caitlyn wasn't supportive of the LGBTQ community. After the interview, Ellen took jabs at Caitlyn while on the Howard Stern show, suggesting that she had unfairly judged gay people and marriage. However, it turns out the situation was more complex. Caitlyn later shared the full story, explaining that she had a phone conversation with Ellen before the interview, during which she convinced Ellen to discuss her evolving position on marriage equality. But during the actual interview, Ellen seemingly changed her stance and portrayed Caitlyn as being against it. The whole situation indeed appears rather dubious. Taking the 4th spot is Joan Rivers. The legendary comedian may no longer be here to share her side of the story, but Kathy Griffin has decided to shed some light on it. Their history is one reason why Kathy and Ellen's relationship remains strained. Kathy spoke to Variety and revealed that one thing that deeply hurt Joan Rivers, which they discussed during their final meal together, was Ellen's consistent avoidance of her. According to Kathy, Ellen viewed Joan as vulgar and unfunny. Despite their ongoing feud, Kathy even reached out to Ellen to inquire whether she would pay tribute to Joan after her passing in 2014, but reportedly, Ellen declined. Kathy concluded by expressing her wish that Ellen would have celebrated Joan more, given her influential platform. Many believe that Joan, who shattered glass ceilings for female talk show hosts, deserved a heartfelt tribute from Ellen. Securing the 3rd spot on our list is NikkieTutorials. Earlier this year, the popular YouTuber appeared on Ellen's show for an interview, but her post-interview experience left a sour taste in her mouth, and she took to the internet to express her discontent. Just like Ellen, Nikkie is a significant influencer in the LGBTQ community, especially after coming out as transgender on her YouTube channel. Prior to her appearance, she openly expressed her excitement about being on the show, given her admiration for Ellen. However, following the episode's airing, Nikkie revealed that Ellen didn't even exchange greetings with her before going on stage, and she found the entire experience to be rather cold and distant. To make matters worse, she claimed that she wasn't even provided access to a restroom, as the nearest one was allegedly reserved for the Jonas Brothers and not available to her. This situation raises questions, such as where she ended up using the restroom. Securing the second position on our list is Susan Sarandon. She too expressed disagreement with Ellen's stance on being friends with George W. Bush. Ellen addressed the controversy on her show, stating, "I have friends who don't think the same things that I do. When I say be kind to one another, I don't mean only the people who think the same way you do. I mean be kind to everyone." In response, Susan posted a quote from a magazine suggesting that Ellen was missing the point entirely. According to DeGeneres, it was a matter of her associating with someone with differing opinions, rather than a man who had been repeatedly accused of being a war criminal. This situation is a clear illustration of how everyone may hold differing opinions on whether Ellen should choose her friends, and it's a matter of personal perspective. Taking the #1 spot is Kevin T. Porter. You know it's a serious situation when a comedian starts offering online donations in return for anecdotes about Ellen DeGeneres being, in his words, one of the meanest individuals alive. Yes, you heard it right. Kevin took to Twitter stating that he would make a donation to the Los Angeles Regional Food Bank if people shared stories of Ellen being unkind. The response was overwhelming, with over 2,000 replies filled with stories of her rudeness. Kevin's intention was to expose a different side of Ellen, hoping that by sharing these stories collectively, people would see beyond her public image. Initially, he offered $2 for each story, but due to difficulties discerning real stories from fictional ones, he decided to make a $600 donation and even shared the receipt to prove he had followed through on his promise. But don't you think it's a bit like fighting fire with fire when you're extra hard to show someone's unkindness? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, so please share your opinions in the comments below. If you like this video, click the next one shown on the screen. I'm sure you'll like it. Thanks for watching.